What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to take you through an awesome leg workout to help you get bigger and stronger legs. Like I said, today's video is going to be one of my favorite leg workouts that's really just helped me develop my quads and my hamstrings and my glutes, just basically all the muscles in your legs, also the calves. And this is going to be a great leg workout for anybody out there who's looking for a new one, or maybe you're just new to the gym and you're looking for a workout that's going to help you target all the muscles in your legs and your lower body and help you get a lot stronger and also help build physical muscle. This is going to have the best of both worlds because we're going to be going through low reps and we're going to be going with higher weight, which is going to help with the strength and help you get stronger. But then we're also going to be doing some higher rep with lower weight to help out with hypertrophy and actually building physical muscle after we have fatigued it for strength wise when we've already done the low reps. So it's going to be a great workout, best of both worlds here. It's going to be great for anybody, whether you're starting today's day one or it's year 5. So I'm excited for you, but if you are trying to get in shape, I will say this one leg workout is going to be amazing, but you also have to make sure that you are doing what's important for your body and for whatever your body type is. If you're a hard gainer, you need to be focusing on lifting appropriately for your hard gainer genetics, or if you're overweight and you're more of an endomorph and you have a hard time losing weight, you need to be dieting and training that's more in high intensity with less rest, and make sure that you're doing things for your body type. And this is the reason I've created a free body type quiz to help you understand what you need to be doing for your individual body type. And I'll put a link to it right below in the description if you want to check it out. But getting into today's workout, first thing that I always do before my leg workouts is do a little bit of warm-ups. I do some diaphragmatic breathing. I do a little bit of mobility with my spine, but then you don't necessarily have to do that. I've had some back issues in the past, but one thing that I would recommend doing is hip abductions. And so what I do is I just grab a band, I put it around my knees, I lay down, I make sure my back is straight, and then I really focus on just squeezing with my glutes and abducting my hips and bringing my leg out and bringing it back in. If you don't have a band or you don't want to use a band and your gym has a hip abduction machine where you put your legs in close and the pads on the outside and you press outward, that's going to be a great way to activate your glutes, because a lot of times people have difficulty activating their glutes and they feel a lot more in their quads, when really your glutes are your largest muscle group in your body, and it's very important to make sure that they are activated before a workout. And it also helps with low back pain if you have low back pain. So activating your glutes can help out with a lot of different things. So I typically do 3 sets of 15 of those hip abductions on each side, and then after that we're going to jump straight into leg press. Now we're doing leg press because I actually recently did a video on how squats are not the best exercise for you if you have some back issues and you're looking for other exercises to do. And the actual exercise that I recommended in it, I'll put a card to it up here, but the actual exercise that I recommended in it is the second exercise in today's workout. But the first main exercise, like I said, is leg press. So this one's going to be a little less, it's going to be a little less pressure on your back, obviously, because we are laying back on a pad. Leg press is just a great exercise, great compound movement to hit all the different muscle groups in the legs. And so here we're going to be starting out with a set of 8. And so it is going to be a little bit heavier. And so put on whatever amount of weight that you can. You really want to focus on putting your feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outward. Make sure that your knees are in line with your toes and are not caving in as you press this. Go all the way down. Make sure your butt is not bending up off of the mat. That's a big issue, and a reason a lot of people have low back pain even when doing leg press is because they actually go down too far and the lower part of their spine is actually curving upward and causing this extension that shouldn't be going on. You want to go down to where your hip mobility allows and then press it back up. Make sure you're pressing through your heels, not through your toes. That way you can really focus on avoiding knee problems here. But then we're going to do the first set of 8. Then we're going to rest for 2 minutes because it is a little bit heavier, and then we're actually going to bump up weight and we're going to go for 2 more sets of 6. And so we're going to stay with that 2-minute rep, or 2-minute rest. So we're going to go 8 reps, rest for 2 minutes, 6 reps with higher weight, rest for 2 minutes, another set of 6 reps with probably the same weight that you did as the last set, and then you're gonna finish it off. The 4th set is going to be for 15 reps, and they are going to be slower. So not only are we going higher reps here, so you're definitely gonna have to go a lot lighter than you just did, but we're also gonna be slowing down our tempo. So we're gonna be going a 2-second concentric and a 2-second eccentric. So a 2-second when you're letting the weight down, 2 seconds down, and then also 2 seconds up. So you're controlling the tempo throughout the entire exercise, which is gonna make this high rep even harder and just stimulate a lot more muscle growth, a lot more time under tension, which is crucial for building muscle. So like I said, we're gonna get the best of both worlds with the strength early on, and then a lot of time under tension with the last set later on in the set. So that's gonna be exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, and this is the exercise that I was talking about that you can do instead of squats. This is gonna be a single leg split squat. So this is a great exercise for the quads and also the glutes. It's also really good for your back because it's a little more sparing on your spine, because your spine's not going to be in as such of a forward position. It's going to be more upright. Also, it's really good for muscle imbalances because you're only working one leg at a time, so you can really focus on getting the same amount of tension on the leg muscle in each leg, rather than not knowing it and your left leg is your primary mover when you're doing a squat, but you think that you're going 50-50 and you're not. So this is a great exercise. Instead of squats, works your quads a lot, also has a lot more glute medius activity going on. So it's going to be working your glutes a lot more as well. Here we're going to be going heavy again, so you're going to grab 2 dumbbells and you're going to be going for the same kind of rep range that we just did with the leg press. We're going to start out with 8 reps, so you're going to be going pretty heavy here, and you want to be able to basically fail around 8 reps. Then you're going to switch legs, do 8 reps with the other leg. Then you're going to bump up weight, probably 5-10 pounds, and you're going to rest for 2 minutes, and then you're going to go for 6 reps. So you're going to go 8 reps, rest for 2 minutes, 6 reps, rest for 2 more minutes. The third set's going to be the same, 6 reps at that same weight, rest for 2 minutes, and then you're going to finish it off with a lot lighter of a weight, and you're going to be going for 15 reps. Now here, you're not necessarily going with that super slow tempo. You don't have to count out 2 seconds on the way down and 2 seconds on the way up, but I really want you to focus on going to full depth. I want your thigh to break parallel to the ground. This should be a lot easier than it is with regular squats. That's why I recommend split squats all the time. So a great exercise for your quads and your glutes, and that's going to be exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is actually going to be focusing more on hamstrings and also glutes. What we're going to be doing are some barbell RDLs. So these are just Romanian deadlifts, and basically this is just a variation of a deadlift that with your feet closer together, and because your feet are closer together and you're not bending your knees as much, you're getting a lot more stretch and contraction in the backside of your legs because your knees are not bending, like I said. And so here, what you're going to do is the same kind of rep range. So you're going to go 8 reps in the first one, rest for 2 minutes, 6 reps in the second one, rest for 2 minutes, 6 reps, rest for 2 minutes, finish it off with 15. But I really want you to focus on form with these. A lot of people have issues with their low back, and they feel low back pain in these, or maybe even in their hips, because they're not quite doing them right. So when you get down into this, I want you to really focus on bringing your feet together, but not touching each other. I want them to probably be about 6 to 8 inches apart from each other. I still like to have my toes slightly pointed outward. It's just most comfortable for my knees. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to drop this weight, or you're actually going to pick this weight up, and you want to get into your starting position first. So this top position is your starting position. The starting position is not all the way down at the ground. And so you're getting into that top position, and then what you're going to do is you're going to roll your shoulders back, stick your chest out, and then you're going to drop your hips back. So you're actually going to be focused on driving your hips backwards as you lower this weight. There's a soft bend in your knees. They're not locked out. They're not super bent. There's just a soft bend in your knees, and you're going to drop your hips way back, dropping them back, feeling that stretch in your hamstrings, keeping the weight on your heels of your feet, and then you're going to go just past your knees with this barbell, and then you're going to bring it back up, squeezing through your glutes. So you're not going like this and bringing it back up to here and just rocking through the reps. You're going from here and squeezing through, driving your hips back, squeezing through, and this is going to help you get the best contraction possible in not only your hamstrings but also your glutes. So that's going to be exercise number 3. Now exercise number 4, and now we're going to be getting into a little bit higher rep range consistently with our sets. We're going to be doing some kettlebell hip thrust. And so this is a great exercise for the glutes, possibly one of my favorite exercise for the glutes, just because it is so explosive and gets you a little bit different of a contraction than if you're just doing like regular hip thrust, because you do have to really focus on squeezing hard to get that weight to come forward. Now with the kettlebell hip thrusts, a big mistake that I see made is people not focusing on creating that momentum from their lower body. They're not focusing on that thrust of their hips, and they're focusing more on their shoulders being brought up. So when you're doing this, I want you to forget about your shoulders. I don't care if this weight comes away up here. I don't care if this weight comes right here. What I want you to do is get down into a nice squat position, and then I want you to lean a little bit forward, and then I want you to focus on using your glutes and your hamstrings and to squeeze through that as much as you can, and that momentum is going to carry this kettlebell out in front of you, and then come back down, and it's going to come back behind your body and squeezing it forward again. And so the kettlebell hip thrust is a great exercise for your glutes when you do it right, and it shouldn't so much be working your shoulders hardly at all when you're focusing on it working your lower body only. So with these, we're gonna go sets of 15. So you are gonna go a little bit lighter, that way you can do 4 sets of 15. And we're gonna stay with a 2-minute rest in between, because this is a little more of a high intensity exercise. So that rest is really gonna help you be able to continue to do sets of 15 and get the most out of the exercise. And then we're gonna move on to the final exercise, which is actually my favorite type of calf exercise. It's just a regular straight leg calf raise, but we're doing it a little bit differently. There have been studies showing that your Achilles tendon actually becomes super active when you're doing calf raises. So that's why if you see guys bouncing through calf raises, they're probably not working their calves as much as they could if they were to rest at the bottom of the exercise, let their Achilles tendon relax, and then basically raise up and use their calf to raise up, rather than their Achilles acting as like this rebound effect every single time they go down. And so what we're gonna do is, with each rep, you're gonna go down to the bottom, feel a stretch, and you're gonna sit there for 3 seconds. You're gonna count out 1, 2, 3. You're going to calf raise up explosively, and then lower yourself back down slowly. At the bottom, count 1, 2, 3. Calf raise up, back down to the bottom, 1, 2, 3. And you're basically going to do that for all 15 reps. And this is going to be extremely difficult because you have so much time under tension here. And so you're going to go a lot lighter than you probably normally would. And it's also not bad to necessarily go light, because your calves are used to being worked all day long. And so in order to work them properly, you need to go in that higher rep range so that you can make sure that you completely fatigue them and make sure that you're going explosively on the way up. So it's going to be difficult. Make sure you're using a weight that you can get 15. If you try the first set and you can only get 9, 10 of them with good form with that 3-second rest at the bottom, I do not want you to sacrifice that 3-second rest at the bottom. That's the most important part of the exercise, to make sure that you're working your calves better than you probably ever have. Then drop weight a little bit. Maybe if you're on 50 pounds and you couldn't do that, go down to 40 or 30 pounds and have no ego about it. I do calves super light. My calves aren't huge, but I have no ego about it at the gym or any other exercise. So make sure you're focusing on that 3-second rest, 15 reps of good form, rest for 1.5 minutes. So this rest isn't gonna be as long, it's just 90 seconds. Then you're gonna do that for 3 more sets of 15, and that's gonna be the entire workout. So if you're gonna try this out, I'd highly suggest you click the like button below, because on your YouTube channel, on your page, this will save to your liked playlist so that you can come back and see what these exercises were. Also, it helps me understand if you like leg workout videos or leg exercise tips. It helps me to know if there's more likes on this video to keep making videos about that. Or if you have a different video topic you want me to make sure you're commenting down below, and maybe I can make it for my next video. So other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this workout. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.